launch officially the game changer, the TownHall platform, which is going to be the game changer for mobilizing obedience between now and February 25th to get us to the polls and to get us to Aso Rock. As we begin, I'd first like to recognize our distinguished guests at the high table. Welcome Dr. Akin Osuntokun, DG of the Labour Party presidential campaign. You're welcome. I'd also like to welcome the Special Advisor to Peter Obi on Technology and Strategic Alliances, Mr. Valentine Ozibo. You're welcome, please. Okay, so Alhaji is busy right now, but when he comes back, we'll introduce him properly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, you're welcome, please. So to kick this off, please join me as we take the national prayer. Please let's rise for the national prayer. I think we'll take this a cappella. O God of creation, Thank you very much. Please be seated. So to officially start the order of events, it is my utmost pleasure to welcome the co-convener of Value-Driven Leadership, a fearless and inspirational leader, committed to the obedient cause, and committed to the cause of engendering transformational leadership across the nation. The CEO of House Accessories, please welcome Mrs. Nwamaka Okoye. Please a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Director General Dr. Akin Osuntokun. Good afternoon, Mr. Valentine Ozibo and Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Karim, the DG of Big Tent, and those from the support groups, the conveners of support groups that are here, and the press, members of the press corps. I want to thank you today for taking out your time to be here. My name is Nwamaka Okoye, and I'm here on behalf of the Value-Driven Leadership, more importantly, on behalf of Nigeria. It is very exciting to be a Nigerian today. Very, very exciting, because we're the generation that decided we will stop complaining and do something and take our destiny in our hands. I have always believed that I personally have something to give to the nation, and that's why I have made choices in my life, certain choices, go into manufacturing, and do certain things, and even be here. The thing is this, for every single person that is here, Nigeria is incomplete without you. You are Nigeria, not the land. And the reason why we are not where we ought to be is because we haven't stood up and taken our places. If each of us stands up and takes our place, you will find out that Nigeria will rise to where it ought to be. And that is what is happening today. And it is so, so exciting. So we at the Value-Driven Leadership are a group of committed professionals who have come together. We believe that Nigeria is where it is today because of the dearth of leadership. There's a lack of competent leaders in the right place. And we have decided that we're going to do everything we can to ensure that the right leaders are in place in Nigeria, so Nigeria can take its place among the League of Nations, the giant of Africa, truly a giant, not a limping giant. Now today, what we have done, in addition to the other strategic support that Value-Driven Leadership has provided to the Obi-Datti campaign, I'll first of all talk about why we believe in the Obi-Datti campaign. Now, we believe that this candidacy is the right candidacy for Nigeria. We looked around and we saw that these leaders are totally different. Mr. Peter Obi and Senator Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, they are different. These are people that are walking the walk. They're not just talking. And we can see it from their track record in the past. And there's no time like now where we all know Nigeria is on the verge, on the precipice. And we have to turn it around. And we have to ensure that we win. But everybody must do what is needed. Now, the revolution that we've had, the change that we have had up till today has been driven by the people through offline and online means. But people have said that there is no structure because it seems like the offline and online are disconnected. Well, that is not the case. And we're here to tell everybody that it's different because we have a game changer, and that game changer is the TownHall app. The TownHall app will introduce members of Obi-Datti campaign or the ObiDient movement to one another. It will help organize people in their campaigns, in their polling units. It will ensure that we can feel the pulse of the entire ObiDient movement just by clicking a button. It will also help to drive mobilization. Now, I'm just giving you a bit of a preamble of what we're going to talk about today and why we're here and why the TownHall app is the game changer. If you haven't downloaded it, please go to obidatti.support and download it. It's available for both Android and iOS. It's ready, it's running, we already have people on there. If you're a part of a support group, you just need to select your support group. We have over 500 support groups already on there. So just go ahead, find your family in the ObiDient larger family today. I want to thank you once again, members of the press corps. Today we're going to unveil something really fantastic that will help to just quell that question of where is the structure. We have a structure, and our structure has great structural integrity. And I thank you. Today we will show you what that is, and that is the TownHall app. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I hand over, or instead of handing over to Uche, I would like to introduce the next speaker that we have today. Now, today I have the next person I'm going to call is Mr. Valentine Ozigbo. He's a Nigerian politician and business executive, immediate past president and chief executive officer of the Transnational Corporation of Nigeria, PLC Transcorp. He's a diversified conglomerate, not him, Transcorp. He is a conglomerate as well, with strategic investments and core interests in the hospitality, agribusiness, and energy sectors. He was appointed to the position in 2016 to 2026, June 2016 to 26 June 2021. Valentine Ozigbo emerged as the People's Democratic Party candidate for an Anambra State gubernatorialship election in 2021, held on November 6. In September 2018, he was conferred the award of a distinguished alumni of the Lancaster University. The award was conferred to him by the university and held in its Ghana offices. Now, his accomplishments as a Nigerian businessman are really, 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 really vast. He has come a long way and come into the corridors of power and leadership once again, as someone who believes in the nation, has decided, even though all these things are available to him and he's reached the top echelons of corporate leadership, that he wants to put everything down and serve. And today we have him here as the special advisor to Mr. Peter Obi on technology and strategic alliances. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Valentine Ozigbo. Thank you.
Thank you, Wamaka. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me join her and Kemeze to welcome all of you, especially the DG of our Presidential Campaign Council, my big brother, Aki Oshuntoku. Let me also salute the young man who is doing a lot for this family, especially when we talk about the conquest for the northern part of Nigeria. There's somebody who is taking that leadership and recently also been made the DG of the Big Tent, which is the umbrella group that brings together the key strategic partners for this project. I'm talking of Ibrahim Abdul Karim. My big brother is here, Chief Martin Abaso. I call him Diku Udo, Ochudo. Ochudo is here. Thank you for the honor of your presence. We have a lot of people in the online community who are listening to us, who are watching us. I want to welcome all of you, but especially let me thank those who found their way to the venue of this event, the conveners of the support groups, the media. I see both TV, radio, and print media as well represented here, and also those in the digital space. Welcome to the Federal Palace Hotel, the venue of the launch of the TownHall app. I'm meant to make a few remarks, and I'll speak on three things. One is appreciation of the Nigerian youth. Second is P2B as the game changer. And then third, the importance of technology and the app we're launching. Before we get into the details of the app, I just want to say a big thank you to the Nigerian youths. They have given me a reason to strengthen my belief in Nigeria. I have come to a point where, like many Nigerians, the next option would be to lose hope totally. We're not here to rehash the Nigerian problems. They stare before us every day. But you get to a point where you just get tired of talking about the problem, and then you start beginning to assume responsibility that indeed keeping quiet, and depending on what side of the divide you are, you can actually be the problem. I can tell you this, if you are not active in making sure we take back this country, you are part of the problem. You can't sit on the fence, not at a time like this. And a lot of people make a very poor judgment call by just, you know what? I don't even care who is a better candidate, who is the better option. They just, take that decision based on other primordial considerations. It's unfortunate. This is the time when you don't only talk about the problem, you assume responsibility, and then you find a solution, and you walk the talk. The Nigerian youths are the reason for what we're doing. Yes, they are not alone. The elders are also keying in. The men and women of Nigeria, those in the diaspora, every part of Nigeria. But the people who have shown dexterity, commitment, passion, substance, who are making sacrifices daily, who are bringing their creativity, everything that they have, they're unleashing. the Nigerian youths through the support groups. And I also thank the party that has given us this platform, the Labour Party, the national chairman, the people who are driving the cause. Thank you, because Nigeria obviously does not allow for independent candidacy. And so Labour Party provided us a fantastic platform for us to unleash what we are considering now the Nigeria of the future. I also now want to pay special homage to the man who is sacrificing himself for Nigeria. Peter Obi is in this project, not for himself, it's for all of us. I'm in this project, not to work for Peter Obi, I'm in this project for myself. And I know the same for every single one of you. We're here to rescue our country. We're tired of being the doldrums of the world. We are here to say, you know what? Why can't Nigeria catch up with the rest of the world? Why can't things change? One more time for the Nigerian youths, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those in this audience, please clap for the Nigerian youths. And it's also for this reason I'm thanking the leadership of the support groups who are doing wonderful things. A lot of you, I know you've been spending, you've been sacrificing, you've been doing all sorts. Please, this next couple of weeks, this is when we're going to unleash our best. When they think we're getting tired, this is when we're going to show that we're truly the energetic Nigerian youth, not the lazy youth that some people think we are. This is time for us to bring out our reserve. And what a better time to talk about this than now that we're going to bring out a tool that will help us properly organize. And so when I walked in here this morning and I started reading the Game Changer, the app, I actually did say the true game changer is Mr. Peter Obi. And incidentally, a few weeks ago, I was listening to this beautiful song by our brother, Mr. Flavor, and the title also is The Game Changer. I don't know, is it available to play here now? Is it something you can play? The Game Changer? You can play it? Not now. I wish you could. You guys have heard that song? Oh my God, you need to listen to that song. Can I sing it for you guys? Anyway, I don't have the kind of voice. But indeed, it's about saying, the reason when you get to know who the game changer is done on us. And Peter Obi in this is the game changer. And to be honest, it's not just about Peter Obi. I think it's God Almighty. Because who could have imagined that somebody would get into a party that wasn't given any chance on earth of producing presidential candidate? How much more being the reckoning? How much more being a frontliner? And how much more the scare of the big parties today? If you go to engage anybody who is in the strategy team of PDP and APC, trust me, the only discussion they're having is Labour Party and Peter Obi. You know why? When you talk to those in the PDP, they will tell you, forget APC, the real battle is between PDP and Labour Party. You engage APC, they will tell you, forget PDP, the real battle is. So I can tell you, for right reasons, Peter Obi is indeed the front liner. He, by the grace of God, will be the next president of this country, Nigeria. And if there's anything I want you to leave here with, is the assurance that we're on track to winning this election. Yes, we may not have unleashed the quantum of money that the others are unleashing. We may not be, obviously we don't have a luxury of stolen wealth, which we're not even interested in because we're here to change the paradigm. The reality is this: if you look at the substance, look at every single poll that's ever come out, you will see there's only one candidate that's already guaranteed of winning 3 zones out of the 6 zones in Nigeria, guaranteed. And then, if you now check to see what is happening in the northwest and the northeast, you see him trending up. And who says by the end of January, we will not have overturned the what I can call second or third place in the northwest and northeast. Things will change overnight. And I can bet you that I will not be surprised if P2B wins 6/6 in the 6 geopolitical zones we have in this country. And with the right tool, with the right energy, with the right momentum, especially this game changer app we're launching today, I bet you we're in for good tidings. So please leave here with the confidence that you are fighting a battle that we're bound to win. Now, talking about technology, this is the best thing that's happened to this world, technology. This is also the best thing that can help us, Africans, to catch up with the rest of the world. Because the boundary is very minute. It's not like if you want to compete with the rest of the world in aircraft development, it may become difficult. But what you require here is imagination, creativity, getting the right people, getting them trained, and to see what our team in video has done with this app, I am utterly, utterly impressed. The first time I downloaded it, I have not stopped marketing it. If you get on now, you'll see that my own word in Amacy, a lot of people have already signed on there because all through the Christmas period, all I was doing is marketing the TownHall app. Today is the official launch. This is when we now want to democratize it so that the rest of Nigerians can come fully on board. The whole essence is to organize ourselves so that the things we need to do before election, on the election day, and post-elections can be well coordinated. With this app, obviously, we can empower people with the right awareness, training, and everything else that we need to make sure that we do the needful. When we have different people, obedient everywhere, unless you're organized, you won't have a solid structure that you can use to succeed. This is the app that will give us the right structure. Not the structure of criminality that others have, but this is the right structure that will help us to win the election. This is where everybody will be empowered. Everybody will become canvassers. Everybody will become polling unit agents. Everybody, and they're doing it for the right reason, not because somebody has paid you money to go and buy some franchise that don't make sense. What I'm on here to tell you that this app is truly the game changer. Our team will talk more about it. I am here in my capacity as the special advisor on technology, and under this is just one of the few partnerships we are putting together to make sure that we ultimately succeed in this election. And I have the authority of Mr. Presidential Candidate. I want to say Mr. President, but I'll say President in waiting to be here. He sends his regards, and I can tell you that what this project is also presenting to us will be helpful, not just in winning the election, also in governance. We will need to be in touch with our young Nigerians, with our support groups, and here's the tool that will enable you to engage with Mr. President. And I'm honored to be part of those who are bringing this up to the Nigerian community. And as we do this, as we launch this today, I pray for good tidings for Nigeria. I pray that the opportunity to take back our country for good eventually happens. And I pray that all of us will have no reason to regret a decision we're taking today to support Mr. P2B and Datti Baba Ahmed to be the next president and vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Valu Zibo, for those rousing words. I think I speak for us all here when I say that we are deeply moved by the words that you've just spoken. Please, can we give another round of applause for Mr. Val Ozigbo? Thank you. Okay, so while I was recognizing the distinguished guests on the high table, I think Alhaji stepped out to take a call. So I want to use this opportunity to formally recognize him. Please welcome the DG of the Big Tent, Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Karim. Welcome. So at this point, we've been talking about the app. We've been talking about the Game Changer. And we know that the Game Changer is a tool for mobilizing obedience. So at this point, I would like to call on the DG of the Big Tent to come and speak with us about this work of mobilizing obedience to the poll. One of the things you'll find is that Alhaji is vastly experienced and a very cerebral thinker. So there's lots and lots for us to learn from this. So once again, please join me in welcoming Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Karim. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. My own is just to give a small and brief rundown on the benefit of the town hall, or what we want to achieve. First thing, people would think that maybe we are late. I think it's strategic. We thought if we start very early, we will not get to what we want to do, because we are interested in what is called protest campaign. And the protest campaign is a short-term campaign because the energy in it is too much. So if you take a longer time, then you exhaust your energy, and also the flame will die down. So this is the right time for us to do what we are trying to do. And what I was so happy about is that during that time, we get a brand new DG with a lot of that kind of energy and that kind of thinking for us to achieve that. So you see, that's what Mr. Val is saying. Everything is divine, from the candidate himself going to Labour Party to what we are doing today. What we are just looking at is how can we heal this country and move forward? Because everybody has played the ethical card. We have all played the religious card, but see where we are today. It's not giving us road. It's not giving us hospitals. It's not giving us schools. But let's see how we are going to change that, suck out the hate, bring in the love, and move a prosperous Nigeria. So what I'm going to do today is just for us to give us the benefit. That's pre-election benefit in mobilization and canvassing. Then we talk about the election day benefit, and also talk about the post-election benefit of the town hall application. With these three, I think it will give us light for us to see where we want to go to. And let me be very sure for you, and also to reiterate of what Mr. Val has said. We are in the front, far, far ahead of all this party you are talking about. Forget about it. I'm in here. I came in today from Abuja. I saw all the billboards everywhere. It's just intimidating, and people that are not ashamed enough to be putting that kind of ticket to the faces of all Nigerians also intimidate you with money that we don't know even where they are coming from. So we are not intimidated with that. We carry our, the way we say it, we carry our Peter Obimata on our head and in our hearts, and we are doing the best for us to win. That's what really happens in Malawi. That's what happened in Kenya. And I can bet you, Kenya, when I told my friend, when we went to Kenya by February, and we found out that they are doing similar something, we put up some brushes that we won the election for Ruto, which I'm part of. We used the WhatsApp groups. So what we did is that they have almost like 40,000 poll units, which we have 176,000 poll units. You can see the difference. So in those their poll units, what we do is that we created what we call WhatsApp group. So each polling unit is having WhatsApp group. So that's how we organize them, just the way the town hall is going to. But what we added on the town hall here is that we added in such a way that we can escalate activities. You see, in WhatsApp group, you have to send an incident. Then the leader of the group will now take the incident and move it to the group of coordinators. Then from province, you move it up to, before it gets and come back, it becomes a problem for us. But we noted it, even though we use it to win what we want to win, but we note that it's a problem. But on the town hall application here, once you register, it takes you straight to your polling unit. So that's mean from your polling unit, you make a post. If you are like a leader or a principal person there, somebody at the national level will see your posts. So if, for example, DG here make a post at the national level, every other person that have access will see it up to what they call it in all this 176,000 polling units. So that's the power we are bringing. So you can isolate a state and deal with the problem. You can isolate a local government, deal with the problem. You can isolate a ward and deal with the problem. And you can isolate only the polling unit and deal with the problem. So the benefit that we have now, at the initial benefit now, that's the pre-election benefit, is organizing, because we have a lot of groups and we have a lot of WhatsApp groups and we have a lot of applications. But we have to bring it into one single umbrella. That means each one of us here supposed to be a functional body of town hall in your own polling unit. So you will find Mr. P.O. in his polling unit, P.U. on his polling unit, Mr. Datti Baba Ahmed in his polling unit. So from the application here, I can tell you how many people are on Peter Obi's polling unit, how many people are ObiDient in Mr. Akin polling unit. I can tell you how many people are on Mr. Val's polling unit. So you can step back from your polling unit, you can create event in your polling unit, and you can go to your ward. If it's only you on your polling unit, you move to your ward so that you can ask questions. Why am I the only person in my polling unit? Because polling unit is the aggregation of small polling ward is an aggregation of small polling units of maybe 1,000 or 500. So those people will now think, okay, I know some people that I can reach out for you in your own polling unit so that they can join you. And subsequently, we are going to send the names of all the people in your polling unit once we get the details, so that at least you can help us to do the checklist and see how many people you can converse. The idea, before election, we want at least 100 people per polling unit. That's the average we are giving ourselves, irrespective of anywhere. And also, we are going to use it. That's 17 million. That's 17 million if you do the math. If you can get 100, that's an average. And also, that's what we want to use to do what is called mock election. The mock election is going to be a week before the main election, so that we can see how many votes we can generate at that a week too. And we can test even if we cannot get all the details that we want to get from the system. And the people that are going to upload that result sheet. Because in the Vivas, nobody is punching in numbers. It's just a screenshot of the result sheet that is going to be transmitted. The people that are going to do the entry are somewhere else that are going to do the entry. So we still have to train our agents to make sure that they can understand which one is a genuine, result sheet. Who are our agents? If we don't do that mock, we are going to have the same problem. It was the young people try this in Malawi, they try this in Kenya, it works for them. A week before the election, converge yourself, know what you want to do. From that week of Saturday, we are going to be on the street till that particular day that we are going to do the main election we want to do. So it's a very good activity. That's why I said even in 2 weeks, you can win election if the groups are going to be converged into the program we want to do. So on the election day, what we want to do in the election day is that we make use of that particular application, the town hall, to make sure at least we report incidents. Late arrival of materials, Vivas not working, people intimidating us, not allowing materials to come to our pool unit. Anything they are doing to us, you understand, we escalate it and we show it to the whole world. And Oraye is not here, he's one of our ObiDient, he told us what they did in Rivers in 2019, when the escalation and the army joined into the voting crackers that I can see. They used the same application of WhatsApp to pull in those and report the activity, which give the entire system to put eye on that particular area that is having problem. But we will know what was going to happen. In 2015, before the end of the election, we have already summoned all the numbers that we need, and we are already happy. Before INEC will announce results, we know we have already won. That's exactly what we intend to do with the town hall, so that we know where our votes are coming from, and also give confidence to our people that actually we are going to be together as one family, as one ObiDient group on that election day to win the election for ourselves. That's on that particular day. Then post-election, which is more important, and this is why all Nigerians wants to hear from the ObiDient movement. What will you do different? The town hall here is still going to be very active by 29th of May or before, immediately after the election. The idea of this new Nigeria that we have today is the idea of running a Nigeria that will involve every Nigerian, irrespective of tribe, religion, political class, any other thing that you can think of, so that everybody will participate. So if all of us are on our polling unit, every activity that you can think of in this country is going to happen on a particular geopolitical location, which is just like what they call it, a polling unit. That means if there is a road, construction of a road, that road is going to pass through 5, 6, or 10 polling units or 10 wards, for example, or a state or a local government. It's going to be visible to Nigerians. This is where we are going to be reporting. Let me give you an example. There is what is called in this government school feeding program. This school feeding program is not feeding animals, it's not feeding angels, it's feeding human beings, people that belongs to a polling unit. So that means if it's working, Nigerians will report, parents will report, people going to school will be reported. So that's the benefit of what we are going to get. For even the ministers, people that are going to be working for us, we are the ones that are going to report them. Because isn't this what is missing in the last government? Because if you don't have a feedback, no matter how you plan to run a system, it will not run for you unless you get the feedback. And Town Hall is going to provide what is called a feedback for Peter Obi and also Datti Ahmed when they are running the system for us. Let me give you one example. Mr. Solodo, Buhari chose him to be his, what they call chief economics something. The first meeting, which I have privileged to have information what happened, they came back and told Mr. President that we don't have primary data. As economists, we only work with primary data so that we can give you projection, we do theorems and any other thing. So any other thing that you can think of will not work unless we have an accurate primary data. So this is what this app will give us. We can make sure that even the census that is going to come up next year is going to be a genuine census, because people from that polling unit and what will tell you whether it happens or it doesn't happen. In 176,000 polling, we can achieve what we want to do. So even if somebody is telling us the United Nations have a data of 20 million out of school children, with this Town Hall app, within 1 week, we can get the actual data, how many people, because this is a real Nigeria, this is real people. So we have a pre-election benefit, we have during election benefit, and post-election benefit. And I will tell everyone that is here in this hall that this is an election for us to lose. And we are not going to lose it. The whole young Nigerians in this country are so happy to have this technology, to have this candidate, and also to have Labour Party as the vehicle for us. So I think we are doing very, very well. And we are promising you, if we escalate what we have today here, and also move it to where we want to go to. And also I will talk to those that are on the fence, and also those that are listening to us that are on the other part. Here, you can see us with what we are doing, with our town hall telling us people are going to tell us what to do. I know of a lot of people from that other side that they cannot even talk to their principals. They can't tell them what they want. They don't know what they believe in. They just follow because they have been just paid to follow. So join us in ObiDient movement. It's a new Nigeria we want to create. Every other person's voice matters here. So if you are not here, that means you are missing everything to build your own life. You are more stakeholder if you are 40 years old. You are more stakeholder in Nigerian project than a person that is 70 years old. And you are more stakeholder if you are for 18 years to 25 years than even us that are 40 years and above. And likewise, the other ones that are our junior ones. So you look at, as what Val said, you look at the ticket first. And look at the people on the ticket. And look at one thing that this Obi-Datti ticket is bringing to us, which is unity. Because the first step towards a better Nigeria is first you have to unite ourselves. We get the best brains in the world. We get the best weather. And we get the best natural resources that any other country can envy. The only trial that is given to us by God is how can we unite and work together. Up to today, any other president that we had from time to today, they miss this calculation. The calculation is just simple. Who will come and unite us? That's just the basic number one. So if your ticket at the initial is even breaking us, that means you are not supposed to be part of what we are going to do. Like, for example, picking a Muslim ticket. At that initial, just your ticket alone, it's already a problem that we don't have before. So you are even adding to the problem instead of you to solve the problem. Even if you are moving from a northerner to a northerner, your ticket alone is already causing the problem for us that we are already not there. So our answer is that who will come to start healing? It's from the healing we unite. From the unity, we get what is called progress. It's not a rocket science. It's not something that is very, very difficult. But what we are just calling for all young Nigerians, until we start seeing ourselves not from the north or from the south or Muslim or Christian, and we start to see ourselves as Nigeria. Nigeria with a very something, we have to bring, we are going to carry something very, very big. We are carrying the whole black race feature. We are carrying the whole Africans. And we are carrying the stability of the world. Because I'm so sure the way my principal is saying all the time, Mr. Peter Obi, we're supposed to be feeding the whole world. Today, a crate of egg is 2,100 naira. 2,500 naira in Lagos. Ours is 2,100 in Kaduna. This is what we are buying at the cost of 800 naira DG. Just some few days ago. So the market is not different anywhere. So this is what we want to change, and we are doing it for our children, and we are doing it for the country and the love of God. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Hi, there you are. Okay, I was looking for you. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're really gingered. Like, we're going to win the election. Guys, we need to come out and we need to do what it is that we can do. Everybody, if we all put our hand, it will work. It will actually work. But we put our hand and use our brains. Because I think that's, many times I find out that we disconnect. We sit down, we plan, we strategize. Then when it comes to the real thing, then we just do something else. But this time around, there's going to be synergy between our brains and our hands. And what we'll get is a new Nigeria. Now, this town hall app we've been talking about since, I think we've made a lot of noise about it. I think you want to see, what is this thing? How is it going to work? And so to do a demo of that, I would like to call John Iheme to show us, do a demo of the town hall app. Alhaji Ibrahim, feel free to jump in whenever you want to. Some of the things you've been explaining, how it will actually work as he demos it. Thank you very much. Do you need assistance? You're good? All right. Is that meant to be showing over there? While he's setting up, I know it's afternoon on Sunday because some people's faces are very strong. We're not looking as if we're having the hope that we're going to win. I'd like to see some hopeful faces. We have some water and light refreshments out there. As a hopeful people who know that a new Nigeria is possible. That's who we are, isn't it?
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome and send my greetings to the DG of our movement, the ObiDient movement. I would like to welcome you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I would also like to honor you, sir, the special advisor to the ObiDient movement on technology strategy. Good afternoon, sir. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Njenje. I'm the lead product manager on the TownHall app. We've been working, the TownHall app, we've been working very, very closely with the VDL leadership to develop a collaborating tool that can be used in the management of the ObiDient movement. And that is what we're here today to actually launch. I would like to appreciate everybody here, ladies and gentlemen, for making time out to be here with us today. I would also like to appreciate the press for making it here today. Welcome, everybody. I'll especially like to appreciate the leadership of the VDL team, Wakama Okoye and Abdul Karim Ibrahim. Thank you very much for the opportunity to serve. We thank you very much for working with us, collaborating with us to develop such an app that we could use to organize this movement. We've been looking forward to a day like this where we can bring forward our skill and our profession to drive a change to this our dear country, Nigeria. Once more, I say thank you very much. You know, when this ObiDient movement started, they said we don't have a structure. That was the only word they could use against us, no structure. Well, let us introduce the game changer, the TownHall. This TownHall, as we all know, was set up specifically for this ObiDient movement. It is set up to collaborate the whole members of the ObiDient movement, distill the membership from state level down to the polling unit level. So to point in time, you know what to say, or you see people discussing from national level down to your polling unit. You can discuss with your fellow ObiDients. You can canvas. You can talk about a project. You can meet one-on-one. You can see upcoming events in that your particular project to say, okay, this is what I need to do. So it brings up activity to every ObiDient from today till then. So to access the ObiDient app, first of all, you have to get up to the. You can find the link to sign up on the Obi-Datti support website, which you can access through your browser at obidatti.support. So once you go there, you click on the register as a TownHall member. If you click on that, you can see the form where you fill your state, your LGA, your ward, your polling unit. And if you belong to any support group, you can fill it as well. Once you fill this form and you click on the sign up button. Once you click on the sign up button, it takes you to where you download the app. As soon as you download the app, like I say, is available for the Apple Store, that is iPhones. It's also available for Android phones. Now, no one can say, oh, our polling unit is not covered, or oh, we are not covered, because we have the over 176,000 polling units covered on this platform. We have the over 8,800 words also available. So you can select whichever polling unit or word you find yourself to vote. So once you do that, you connect to the... So once you do that, you can connect to you see the download link, which you click on to download the TownHall app. So hold on 1 minute, please. So let me display the TownHall. So when you guys download the app, you know what the feel is like. So this is a sample of the TownHall app. This is a sample of the TownHall app. Sorry, it's this far. You can't see very much. So for those of you that have the app, you can as well just open it to see. The first room you see there, the first room you see there is the polling unit room. So you can have discussions, you can see the latest updates, you can see the latest discussion in your polling unit, what everybody's saying, so you guys can have a discussion, like in my polling unit, which is in Abuja. You can see that the last post there was 2 hours ago. Someone was making a post there. We have other posts. You can as well like the post. You can comment on the post, on each of the posts. You can as well move to your ward level, and collaborate with other ObiDients in your ward level. From there, you can move across the different rooms. You can move across different rooms. So the aim of this app is that when you're at your polling unit, you can see everybody say what they have to say, and you guys can discuss based on a particular matter. You guys can have you guys can address issues in your polling unit. If someone says, "Oh, this is happening here," or "We have a meeting at this place," you guys can rally around. You guys can rally around and have a proper discussion on this. So I advise every ObiDient, when you sign up on the app, to be more engaged in your polling unit room of the TownHall, because this is the section where you can have a proper discussion and know everybody that is going to vote on the day of the election in your polling unit. You guys can meet one-on-one. You guys can work together on a project between the day you download it up until the 25th of February, which is the day of the election. Most importantly, why I'm specifying this polling unit section is on the day of the election, every ObiDient, every member of ObiDient is the eye and the ear of this great movement. On the day of the election, this is what you guys will use this app to talk about what is happening in your polling unit. You can use this to make a video or make a snap and put up if there is lateness in election materials, if there is violence, whatever you have happening within your polling unit, you can just put it up there. Now, that is the first section of this mobile, of this town hall platform. The good thing about it is there are two sections, which is the admin section and the user section. I just talked about the user section. So let me talk about let me give a brief description of the admin section. Sorry. This is the admin section of the, this is the admin section of the, this is the admin section of the Town Hall app. Prior to today, before the actual launch, everyone knows today is the actual launch. Some persons have gotten, some ObiDient have gotten wind of this app being developed and have actually jumped on the platform. So without a proper, or say without an official launch, we already have over 4,700 downloads, over 4,700 sign up. These people signed up without or by word of mouth, hearing it from somebody or hearing it somehow, they're all like that, oh, the ObiDient movement is coming up with a structure, it's coming up with an app, and they actually downloaded this app. So since these people have already signed up, I'm going to use these persons to give a brief illustration of how the admin section of this ObiDient, of this town hall work. Please note, these are silent downloads, not the actual downloads. These people just heard about it and actually jumped on it. So I believe after today, when people, which is the official launch, when people have heard about it, we will have more than, I believe we're going to have millions of downloads in the next couple of days. So if you look at the cards here, you can see that for now we have 4,700 persons sign up on it. Sorry, I think the network here is actually very poor. Okay, so if you look at it, I just want to the ObiDient movement is already in 37 states, which is the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, which is 100% coverage, silent downloads. In the local government area, we have 495 local government coverage out of the 774, which is a 63% or 64% download coverage. If you look at the world level, we have people that we already have people in 1,822 wards out of the over 8,800, which is we have over 20% coverage. If you look at the polling units, we can see that we have people in 3,276 polling units out of the 176,000 plus polling units. Remember, these are just people that heard of it. So that's to tell you that the movement is cut across the 37 states, the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. So imagine when imagine after today, when this is actually put out properly and a proper campaign is done on it. We are actually going to get a real number of ObiDient on this platform. If you go down, you'll see the breakup by states. Abia State, the number of members, Adamawa State, the number of members. And if you look, we have Lagos as the persons with the highest number of members with over 1,000. If you go down, you'll see it's the same statistics showing everything detailed. Going down forward, you as well see the breakdown of these ObiDients by their occupation. You will see their educational breakdown. As you can see, the SMEs are people with more downloads of this app. If you look at the educational breakdown, you see that most ObiDients are learned people. We have more degree holders on this platform. And if you look at the bottom three, you see people that have fewer or less education background. So I believe, in my own opinion, this will put out, this data already puts out a statistics to the campaign team to tell them where we need to focus more, where they need to focus more on. And remember, this is just silent download. After today, we believe we are going to get the real data that the campaign management team will actually use in working. If you go down, you'll see the gender breakdown. As well, this admin section also has a place that manages the support groups. So with this, the leaders of the campaign team can actually look at the support group that is doing the best. Not just doing the best, you can find out that maybe a support group is doing better in a certain region, and on that support group is not doing that much, but they have stronger coverage in a certain region. So it gives the management of the ObiDient campaign team insights on decisions to make with this support group. Where do you mobilize these people to, and where next you don't, where you don't send this particular person to. With it, you can even know a support group that is sending off fictitious data or something. So with this, you know how to work with them in your best decision making. Now, the catching part of this admin section, which I don't think most people know, is the leaders of support groups have their own logins, where they see only data tailored to their own support group. Now, I'm in the P2B support network, so let me show you the leaders. Hold on. So from the silent download already, you can see that there are 326 members across the different states, across the different, down to the polling units. So this is for POSN. Every other support group, the leaders will have their own login, which they can use in knowing where they are doing well, where they are not doing well, where they need to put in more effort, and they use it to manage their members as well. So the same thing, your members are broken down by states, by their by gender, by occupation, and what have you. So to cap it all, remember, this data is just data from silent download. I believe that after today, which is the official launch of this TownHall app, we'll have real data when the proper campaign is done, and this will aid the campaign team to run a proper campaign, take precise decision based on data to know where to channel more effort to. So I think this is all about the demo of the TownHall app. Thank you very much. Before I leave, please, I want to advise every ObiDient, both online and the ones here, download the app. Get down to your polling unit, associate with your fellow members. On the day of the election, it will be important. It will be between now and the day of the election. It is very important. Know the person that is our member. We should know our members in our polling unit. So on that day when we come to vote, we will know who and who is our member. We'll be able to rally around and know, okay, this is it. So I want to ask a question, please. Do we not have structure again? Thank you very much. I want to appreciate every one of you for being here today for the launch of this platform. And have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Iheme. I am proud of this product. The truth is this. INEC has done the best thing they can do for Nigerians by pushing elections down to the polling units. There's nobody else who can help you in any election in Nigeria other than what you do in your polling units. Your knowledge of INEC chairman is irrelevant. Security agencies, irrelevant. your resident electoral commissioner irrelevant. If you want to show your power and prowess, go to your polling unit. It's whatever that happens there that will determine the future of your election. And this app is taking power to the polling units where we can converge, teach, learn. Yes, there are a lot of places where you don't have people who are tech savvy. But when you take a lot of things online, you can also go offline. The people who are learning will teach those who are not on the app. But take this. There are a lot of people now who have direct communication with social media. And we've also found out that what happens in the social media and on radio are two major platforms that Nigerians, pay attention to. Of course, before you then talk about the TVs and the other, but these are the two most important from every statistics that we have. Anyway, what I'm here to do next is to introduce our next guest, the chairperson of today's event, the man that I respect very dearly. One of the things that have given me the greatest hopes is that it's not just the youths of Nigeria that are making us proud. I had almost lost hope on our older generation. And one of those who used to say, they are the problems. If they had done the right things, we won't be where we are today. But when I still search onto those older generation, there are shining examples that we can all celebrate. When you talk about the Bafemi Awolowos, the Nnamdi Azikiwes, the Bellos, all of these leaders of the past, you start to wonder, where are current legends? I have found them in a number of people, but there are two that I want to just celebrate today. The former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, and the leader of Afenifere, Pa Ayo Adebanjo. These two men are legends I am proud of. They are people I honestly would do anything for because of their principled stance. And the man I'm about to introduce is a learner. Is getting his tutelage from that lineage. So I'm seeing a legend in the making. And by the time he wins this election for us at the DG of our campaign, he will be the most celebrated man in Nigeria. He was one special advisor to Mr. President Obasanjo, a veteran journalist, a man of principles, a man of integrity. But before I bring him on, I must also pay special homage to our SYDG. I can tell you this. Our brother, Doyo Kukwe, did an exemplary things. He believed in this project. But for some reasons, politics, we have come to the reality with what has happened. But we do not forget his tireless effort. We will celebrate him up to eternity for what he has done for this campaign. And the man has taken over from him, who is also filling in nicely in the shoes, Aki Oshintoku. I welcome you. Please come on board. Thank you. And by the way, he's going to be brief because he has an interview on Arise by 3 p.m. So he will just address us briefly. And then thereafter, one or two other persons before we close. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Va. Permit me to, as they say, stand on the existing protocols. Now, where Nigeria is at a very critical junction, and it's going to be a make or man moment for Nigeria. But first, I want to follow Va, though in paying homage to my predecessor. I wish I could have assumed this position under a happier circumstances. But that's what we live it. There are several ways in which you can describe the transition. It's like they say that he has provided its shoulders on which we stand so that I can see further. You can also use the analogy of Moses and Joshua. Moses led the Israelites on a journey to a destination he himself did not arrive. It was Joshua who took over from him and led the Israelites to the promised land. So I pray God grant me the same grace, as he granted Joshua to lead Nigeria to the promised land. I mean, to help in showing the man who will give us a brand new Nigeria. The theme we are talking about here, value-driven leadership, has an antecedent in what many people here may not know about. I don't know how many people know Dr. Mahmoud Tuku. Used to be the Vice Chancellor of Bayero University. I think he was the first. He was also a minister under Buhari's military dictatorship. He wrote a book, that you can describe as what they call Magnus Opus, the governance and leadership in Nigeria, the relevance of values. So you are almost, without knowing that, you are espousing, what precisely he has documented. It was an elaboration of his PhD dissertation at the University of Leeds. If you ever come across the book, please, I recommend it for all of you here to read what he has to say. I mean, he wrote specifically, about the subject matter today. Now, the younger generation of Nigerians are the focus of this campaign. But we have to define young Nigeria not only in terms of age. There are many, I'm 61, I feel exactly the way the ENDSears people feel. So we are going to have many Nigerians who are biologically older, but their ideas are fresh. They have good ideas, progressive ideas for Nigeria. But I've noticed it sort of flagging, in the determination of this generation of Nigerians. I've noticed some kind of flagging, the enthusiasm with which it started, and seems to have dropped a little bit. Now, you cannot allow that. Right? You cannot start a task and you abandon when it is actually about your own future. Right? Peter Obi, like a verse said, is not running for himself. He was a very, very rich man before he became the governor of Anambra State. He is a kind of, that is specific. He checks all the boxes, in trying to recommend somebody who should be president of Nigeria. One is that he has, thrived in the business sector, as a businessman. And the kind of businessman that he doesn't have the way he made his own money was through hard work and through staying true to his Catholic background. And so when he went to government, he had no motive, to get corrupt, nor by any inclination, and probably he had been preparing himself for this moment, consciously or subconsciously, because, as I said, he fixes all the right, the way he articulates the Nigerian problems and the language in which many young Nigerians can understand. I'm sure that because of my own knowledge in the language of political science, I would not have been able to get across to you the way he has, And but I gave a charge at the beginning of this year, and I want to repeat it again. And it's a charge, I borrowed from Frantz Fanon. He said, out of relative obscurity, each generation must discover its destiny, to fulfill or betray it. So that is the charge, the most appropriate charge for the younger, that defines the moment that we are in today. If you have found your destiny, which it is, you started it, it is for you now to fulfill it or betray it. It's all up to you. So it's on this note that, I take my bow. I see out somewhere to come and speak plenty grammar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the DG. Before you leave, thank you for those words of inspiration. We will take a quick shot with him, and then thereafter, I will invite Chief Martin Abaso for some few remarks.
Is that blocking? Maybe you should take it out completely. Thank you very much. My Director General and head of the group that has done tremendous work. We are all grateful to you and also feel sympathy for you for the enormity of work that is ahead. I want to commend in multiples of ways whoever came up with this platform. This is incredible. This is the only thing that will take us directly to the election. That's the only way we can win this election. What we have done in Imo, I'm the chairman of the Presidential Campaign Council in Imo. What we have done is technically, we took out all structures on the state level, on the local government level, on the ward level, and went for a 200-man booth army. For each booth, we have a list. On the average now, as at last Thursday, we have 58 average per booth, polling booth in Imo. We want to wake up on the 25th knowing exactly how many votes we have. We have 8,564 polling booths. Times 200, we want to be sure that we are looking at 950,000 votes. What we are chasing is 1.5, 1.6. You understand? So we don't want... I don't know how you are going to do that. I don't know how you will do that. But that is the only way. And when you come into any polling booth, then you have two entrances. If it's in a church, if it's in a school, it's 3. The way we have divided them, 15 people will man the different entrances into the polling booth. Okay, you understand? No, but why is important? Because when Iheme made his presentation, he asked us to go back to our polling booth and interact. There is a disconnect from the platform and the real thing on the ground. The way that we can only work and translate to actual votes beyond the platform is this interaction, so that everybody knows what role everybody is going to play on the 25th. But this is just incredible. I commend you, and may God Almighty keep guiding us and wishing us well. Thank you very much.
So this brings the program to an end. Can we play again that, I don't know if it's ready, the second stanza. Otherwise, let's do the second stanza again.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's take the national prayer, please. O God of creation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. We have refreshments out there, so thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We have refreshments outside. Please